course, we're here at Pro Wrestling Malta, and this will be quite an interesting match.
Interesting indeed.
There's Donnie Devine, unfortunately from England, the metrosexual he calls himself. It's quite a strange name, bit of a head scratcher for me, Mr. Burns. Not sure what's going on there, but quite an interesting name. And
oh boy, Mr. Sexy, Steve O. Jr.
coming out here with quite offensive shorts there, if you ask me. Should cover himself up there a bit.
Well. Looks like, I don't know, a distorted version of Elvis.
Is this what the young men of England are turning into these days, Mr. Burns? Quite disturbing.
I don't know, if Elvis was a Chippendale or something like that, I could visualize.
We'll see here. It says that I love me on the back of those bloody trunks there. There's quite an eyesore.
He must love him some self.
And of course, taking his time, entering the ring here, showing off, and we've seen Mr. Donnie Devine before with his antics.
Oh, he's got the poses, and I think at some point in the match, might have to explain something to me, because personally, Wes, I don't think he's working with all that weight downstairs.
That's quite an interesting observation.
Might be an illegal object in his drawers, you know what I'm saying?
I've not been looking at his drawers there, Mr. Burns.
You can't help it, hell. He draws attention to himself.
It's quite offensive shorts he's wearing there. A bit too short for my liking there. And of course he'll be taking on from San Francisco, another strange character.
Striking an interesting pose there.
Roddy, the Glamorous one. We've seen the Glamorous one
oh, yes.
before.
Liberace Jr.
Absolutely, and making his way into the ring now, ladies and gentlemen, the Glamorous one, Roddy, from San Francisco in the States there. And the young men of the world are acting quite strange. He's coming in with
well.
Interesting thing that my Aunt Mildred would wear about her.
Here we go.
Her coat there. I don't know what's going on here, but quite strange. Quite strange indeed, Mr. Burns.
Well, you know, there's a room under the rainbow for everybody, right?
Absolutely. No doubt about it, Mr. Burns. Care less. If anyone does there. These guys are still quite strange characters. Perhaps the metrosexual more strange than
most definitely.
Roddy here.
You got the masculine, feminine thing going there. Hey, I guess the ladies love it, right?
Glamorous Roddy, the Glamorous one. And the fans definitely take a liking to him here in Malta.
Oh, he gets a lot more love, it seems, than Fancy Pants.
One person in the crowd would be a lot more love than Mr. Donnie Devine, is pretty much no one in Malta understands that kind of behaviour. It's quite strange coming into the ring there.
We'll see down the line what's really, really good with our good friend Devine.
Absolutely, as Malta is a country known for tough men. And not saying these guys aren't tough, but they're a bit not what is normally observed in Malta, if you know what I mean, Mr. Burns.
It's time for a brand new observation, I guess.
Absolutely.
Let's see what it do. He's trying to get that crowd momentum, using his popularity as an advantage.
Absolutely, and we've seen him at lots of the pay-per-view events here at Pro Wrestling Malta.
Well, he's giving up a lot of weight, baby. He's gonna need all the momentum he can get.
Donnie Devine not getting any love at all. There's a Glamorous one, Roddy there.
Give him a break. He came out with the Fancy Pants to entertain you.
We'll see what happens there as he tries to communicate with the other side of the ring there. And all the love here.
Wow.
All the love, clearly.
Well, he gets the love. We see the crowd participation on Liberace's part, but we're gonna really see what the business is.
And what's going on here? Sneak attack from behind, ladies and gentlemen.
Got caught out there hot dogging, baby. I mean, they're both hot dogs with extra mustard. I'm just saying.
Well, the bell's just now rung. And Donnie Devine taking advantage of a massive chop there. And a reversal.
Liberace doing a little work there.
A big elbow to the midsection there. As Donnie Devine walking about outside the ring. Pop's taking a breather here.
Divine intervention.
Oh, if he takes any more of those elbows like that, he'll need some divine intervention. Mr. Burns is the Glamorous One, clearly in control here early on. He has the crowd clearly in his pocket here, and Donnie Devine just walking about, lurking about outside the ring. And Pop's talking to the fans here, and the fans could care less about what he has to say.
Most definitely. He's definitely not getting the love, and the fancy pants ain't working.
Absolutely, and little kids are cursing him out there. And he misses with the elbow there.
Maybe they see something we don't see.
Mr. Roddy there. Mr. Roddy with a quick, smart maneuver there. Making him miss with the elbow, making him pay.
Whoa! Right in the back of the head. You see that move?
Just like that, Donnie Devine taking advantage.
What a hell of a move.
Absolutely.
Too much mustard and relish on the hot dogging, baby.
Perfectly executed there. And Donnie Devine here.
Oh boy.
Taking his...
choking the man with his own tools.
Yeah, the only man who can wear that thing and get away with it is Jimi Hendrix or Prince.
Whoa, speaking of which...
And what says the disgusting display here? This is absolutely offensive here. Absolutely offensive there. Absolutely disgusting. What's going on here? There's young children watching this match here and at home, and there you are rubbing that thing in around your scrotum area. It's absolutely disgusting there.
A little bit of soft porn action, if you know what I'm saying.
That's quite disturbing thought.
What a pose, baby. What a pose.
And
he sure knows how to kick a man in style.
Roddy having his way here with Donnie Devine, bloody thrashing him, kicking him, working on that backside, working on that back.
The back area, baby, gonna prevent all that quickness from flourishing. If he keeps working on that back, he's gonna slow this little man down for sure.
Absolutely. Rather, that was Mr. Devine working on the back. We have limited view for a moment there.
I don't know, that object there, which I think is an object, my man.
Mr. Burns, please explain to me why you're constantly looking at this man's trunks there. It's quite disturbing.
Well, you know, you got all type of dirty players in the game, and if you're watching close, no funny business. I think that man's got a trick up his sleeve.
Perhaps he has a foreign object there.
Either that or a kielbasa sausage.
Yeah. I'm not sure even what to think about those thoughts, Mr. Burns, as the Glamorous One there was just being raked by the middle rope there, and applying pressure now is Mr. Donnie Devine. And Mr. Donnie Devine just sitting on him as to say, you're nothing, I can easily pin you.
Absolutely.
Of course, Roddy pushing it off quite quickly.
Slow and methodical. He's trying to wear the man down first and then put the finishing moves on him later.
And just smacking him in the face and a big uppercut there.
Wasting time there.
By the Glamorous One.
And should have got right down to business.
And Roddy doing some strange dancing there. And he's attempting the
pull the man
flip.
down?
He's attempting the sunset flip. And there it is. And only a 2 count, and did not have all the proper leverage there.
Right
just
back on.
Big kick to the face there by Donnie Devine.
Woo!
And he will feel that one in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. He'll perhaps be eating soup for a week there.
Most definite ice pack. Backbreaker.
Big backbreaker there, perfectly executed, and Roddy clearly in trouble at this point in the match.
Old Bob Backlund style. He's going for the second tier on the ropes. Better not waste no time, baby. Well now.
And diving fist drop there, looks to be. And attempted a pinfall, only a 2 count. And Donnie Devine.
Take more than that to get this little resilient young man out.
Roddy, absolutely a tough.
Flipped him like a pancake. Did you see that, Wes?
Lightning fast suplex there.
Cooking breakfast, baby. Scramble them eggs.
And right now.
Oh, he got a little arrogant on that one.
Roddy's absolutely in trouble, Mr. Burns. He's
you can't sleep on the little man. He's got a little resilience there.
absolutely in trouble at this point in the match, and a massive drop kick to the face there by Donnie Devine. And ladies and gentlemen, things are not spelling well here for the Glamorous One from San Francisco, Roddy.
Annihilated. He's working on that chest and head area real bad now.
Absolutely, and he's giving him a bloody thrashing in the center of the ring.
Going back to the back area, working him camel clutch style.
Absolutely, and ladies and gentlemen, things are going from bad to worse here for Roddy here. As Donnie Devine,
submission, baby, submission.
But Roddy there, clenching his fist, writhing in pain in the center of the ring.
Liberace looks like he's fighting back, though.
He's trying to, and like senton type maneuver there, bloody thrashed him down again, and he has him back in the common clutch position. Mr. Burns, things not looking good for Roddy.
He's working on that back area. He's steady and he's consistent. Even though he's getting resistance, he's staying on the opponent, the Divine One, keeping it together.
Absolutely, and now he's mocking him with his own moves
Bit
there.
of hot dogging, I don't know, something coming out the side of his trunks there. Looks a little fishy, pal.
And he blasted him in the scrotum area, and he's clearly feeling the ramifications of that as he misses a clothesline.
Going to the basement again, I don't know.
Perfect atomic drop there.
Woo! Going to the basement one more
Again,
time.
and a reverse atomic drop, and
hit him
Donnie
where it
Devine in trouble now, and Roddy with some flashes of brilliance here, ladies
Hitting
and
the
gentlemen.
man where it hurts, baby. If you can't beat him, go to the basement.
And just like that, Mr. Devine has reversed it.
What? No.
And
Wes, I told you.
something strange going
Wes!
on there, and he's run his scrotum right into the ring post there.
What in the world? Was that a raccoon or something he pulled out his drawers, man?
Not sure what that was. It's quite a disturbing thing there, that you shouldn't be pulling anything out of your trunks there in a proper wrestling match there.
I'm trying to get a close-up on that now. Looks like an ornament or something.
There's some kind of strange ornaments, embellishments, as it were, on the pants there.
What is going on here?
But Roddy here having his way there.
I knew this was a freak show, but my.
And only a 2 count. And Roddy coming back in this match will be unbelievable. He's clearly in trouble. Not 3 minutes ago, he's getting a bloody thrashing here.
You see the damage on the boy's chest. Definite ice pack after the match. Took a lot of those drop kicks. A lot of damage to that upper body.
Absolutely, his chest looks like it's a lobster there.
Whoa, elbow, sneaky.
Absolutely, as he had him up in the fireman's carry position, and there's another suplex there with the bridge type pin there.
Well now, showing signs of life. Might be time for that divine intervention, especially in his case. Wes, what in the world is that hanging from his drawers, man?
I'm not sure at all, Mr. Burns. Perhaps you were right. Perhaps he had those things stuffed into his pants there. It's quite strange.
Yeah, give him a little extra jocularity. I don't think so, pal.
And now he's going on onto the ropes here. And there goes Roddy there. Roddy grabs him as he's trying to show off to the fans there, and bloody tosses him right into the center of the ring.
Look like he yanked the old emergency switch on him, huh?
Absolutely. There's a Glamorous One clearly in control of this match.
Emergency rope, rather.
Donnie Devine is in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Devine in the center of the ring, looking up at the lights at this point.
Well,
now. Massive splash off the top rope. And it's over, ladies and gentlemen.
What do we have here?
The Glamorous One, Roddy, victorious here against Donnie Devine.
Him out there hot dogging a little too long, and my. Look what we have here.
Absolutely. Donnie Devine looking up at the lights there. And the crowd absolutely loves it here. They love it.
Even in pain, the man's still trying to get it on.
And the action never stops here at Pro Wrestling Malta. It just gets better and better every event, ladies and gentlemen. You should always be tuning into Pro Wrestling Malta.
Get that boy an ice pack.
On YouTube, on Twitter, in the world of social media. Pro Wrestling Malta is where it's at.
The people love it, though.
Absolutely.
I'm starting to wonder, is this a wrestling ring or a danceteria?
We've seen quite a few interesting displays in Cristo expensive. This has surely been the strangest match, Mr. Burns. Would you not agree?
Freak show indeed.